do I address you?
You can call me Love.
Puff, where did that come from?
I can't tell you that.
One artist, living or dead, that you wish you can collaborate with.
Michael Jackson.
Why? Why'd you move to LA?
Oh, for the kids. There are no misconceptions about me.
Whatever happened to that Farnsworth Bentley guy?
Oh, Farnsworth is doing great.
Okay. Where do you go to relax in the world?
I like the Caribbean.
Yo, the stuff they got on this man P. Diddy is crazy. Not to mention all the people they got coming out the woodwork ready to expose this man for all the little nasty stuff that he was doing. We're about to watch all of it, but I'm gonna warn y'all, the memes are hilarious. I've been sharing them all over the place. This stuff is not good. This stuff is not okay. But nonetheless, we're about to watch the funny and the bad. I can only hope y'all are ready to go on this emotional roller coaster. Let's start.
Do you think that people really know you?
No, people don't really know me, and that's by design.
Who is this person, the Sean Combs, that we don't know?
We have yet to find out.
Right.
You have to come along for the ride. You have to come. I mean, that's the whole part of the journey. That's the whole part of entertainment. I mean, you don't rock with a brother for like going on 20 years and stop now. You got to see this movie all the way through, baby. Believe me, I got an action-packed ending for you.
An action-packed ending, huh? Oh. Yeah.
784 male-shaped toys. Do you have any idea what that looks like? Well, I'm going to show you because that's apparently how many of those they pulled out of the raid, no pun intended, on Diddy's house when they also found the 1,000 bottles of lubricant and baby oil. Now, my favorite part of this is they found all of these and they're like, photo op. And
I didn't know it was 1,000, y'all.
feel like this guy and this guy are doing their best to not crack a smile. And look, the situation's not funny. It really is quite serious, but this...
Look, nah, that 700 and some male-shaped toys is hilarious. That's funny. What he was doing with it wasn't funny, I'm sure, but... What? Oh my God. Nah, hold on, y'all. Somebody said something in the comment of this video. That sick me, man. Look at this. Yo, P. Diddy was so excited to get them daggone smacked on the back of his head. He stood on his tippy toes. Y'all look down below. What? This man actually got up on his tippy toes for this. Now we got Kevin Hart at a Diddy party. Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? My Trey's up here, the fam's up here. You know, we have a scene like this, you gotta bring bosses with you. As you see, it's female friendly. We got a ladies and female. She's butt ball. That's what I call it, raw dog. I'm not jumping the tongue myself. You know, once everybody.
Somebody said, you mean the baby oil calf?
Once everybody gets out, you know, just me and the lady. This is my scene. I'm used to this type of thing. You know, doing what I do best. Oh!
Yo!
Did the camera catch that? Got the camera.
This woman head got caught on fire. Kevin's stupid. Did the camera catch that? Hey, look, it's because of that oil, man. That daggone baby oil is flammable.
The P. Diddy case is about to bring down the entire rap and entertainment industry and expose some of the deepest, darkest secrets to celebrities you never saw coming. It's just been confirmed by prosecutors and Fox News that when the police raided Diddy's house, they actually found years of footage regarding Diddy's freak-off parties and sessions, with many celebrities being in these videos and spotted.
Diddy filmed the freak-offs, so he had the video for Blackmail. Diddy's freak-offs have been going on for 15 years. That's a lot of tapes. The feds had their hands on all of them. They raided 2 of his homes earlier this year and walked out with his computers. They also seized freak-offs. Diddy's freak-offs were an open...
Yo, is it just me or did they cut off the freak-off supply part that we just heard in the last video? Oh, they cut it out.
Open secret for insiders. Everybody knew about him. Nobody tried to stop him. This is a lot bigger than Diddy. You can't get away with 15 years of freak-offs without a little help. Did other music moguls get in on Diddy's action? Diddy's the one taking the hit. But this is just the tip of the iceberg.
And this isn't the first time that we are hearing this, because a few months ago, P. Diddy's bodyguard actually came out to say that it is confirmed that P. Diddy has tapes of him doing inappropriate things with politicians, princes, and celebrities and actors.
I don't think it's only celebrities going to be shook. He had politicians in there. He had princes in there. He also had a couple of preachers in there.
You personally, you think they got tapes?
Well, my personal opinion that if Lil Rob could be trusted and his statements are true, they got him. They got tapes and stuff.
One of the easiest ways that P. Diddy was able to get away with this and do whatever he wanted to so many celebrities was actually by blackmailing them with money, and this was explained by Cat Williams.
Gonna turn down $50 million. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Of all the charges that Diddy is getting hit with, he is looking up to a life in prison. And the biggest question now is that, is he going to just serve that sentence, or is he going to end up taking a plea and ratting out everybody else that took part in these parties? If Diddy rats out whoever else was at this party, it is going to be over for their entire career, because this is actually a clip in 2002 of Diddy describing how his parties are, and this is absolutely disgusting and disturbing.
Okay. Now, we need alcohols. Right. Alcohols. Right. Not just one alcohol. Alcohols. Right. Just different blends. You need the ladies, you need the booze. You need some water. For watering plants? No, I don't know if guys have noticed this. Like, a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave. Right. Gotta keep them there. Right. You need locks on the doors. Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now. It's a little kinky, but yeah. Rock with me, but just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah. Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot? You don't have no air conditioning. No air conditioning. No. Why is that? Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat. That just sounds disgusting.
Oh, disgusting is what he likes.
It gets kind of sexy. Is that what you're saying? Yeah,
These are some photos that have just resurfaced back in the 90s of P. Diddy having his parties on a 150-foot giant bed. And as you can see right here, some of the people that took part at this party specifically was Dame Dash, Aaliyah, Jennifer Lopez, Jay-Z. And now, while these people aren't confirmed to be doing what Diddy is getting accused of now, this is not a good look. Right now, it is just a matter of time before these tapes come out to the public and we get confirmations of who was taking part with Diddy, or Diddy just exposes the people that he was doing these things with. So it is a ticking time bomb before a culture shift is about to happen in every single aspect of the entertainment world we've ever seen, and it's actually going to be insane.
Nah, that part about the heat is crazy. You can't just casually say some mess like that and not mean it. Talk about the heat activates the alcohol quicker and you start to build up a little sweat. Nah, see, that's why I don't even drink. You can't get me.
The nigga Pop was like, it's like, when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like, we can just hang out, nigga, we gotta kick it. Yo, why don't we, like, go shopping or some shit? I mean, like, I pay for it. And I was like, what the fuck this nigga just done? I got the fuck away from him, because I was like, this nigga, like, fucking, this nigga just tell me he taking me shopping. And this is shit that goes on. But there's just a little fruit pie. You know, weird ass pictures and shit like that out there, sitting out there for no reason. Yo, if you don't see accident pictures, it'll be like kissing niggas. Like, that doesn't happen by accident.
Yo, 50 said he's a fruit pop. That's crazy.
I just had a question. I'm just trying to tell all these young cats out there trying to come up, like, where do you think they gotta go to? From your point of view, you know what I'm saying? What is the best advice you could give them? Because I be telling them, like, my best advice is they gotta do it their whole new way, a different way, like they from another planet. But coming from you, coming from the man of men right now, tell them something good.
I mean, First of all, you want to stay away from me, Diddy popping motherfuckers. Motherfuckers dancing all on the motherfucking stage and shit. They want your ass. You call them astronauts. So be afraid. Be very afraid.
You really ain't built for the game.
Or something.
Something like that.
Don't be trying to be famous or you gonna run into a motherfucker like that.
Yo, did he really say that? He did. I don't think them were the words that came out of his mouth. Who made this video?
Going to a Diddy party, all the waitresses topless. They serving you, everybody topless, you feel me? Like, he got dancers in cages, people walking around with lions on tigers on leashes. I've seen this with my own 2 eyes, see what I'm saying? And it was getting so weird in the party, I'm like, man, Bobby Valentino was the person I was bodyguarding there. You see what I'm saying? He tell me, I done got so much pussy before, you know, pussy don't even really excite me. Whoa. I'm like, what you mean? But he there. What you mean? On bro, folks' grave. I said, what you mean? So he got 2 girls with him. So I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, hold on. These might not be normal girls. Sure enough. Now he say, man, take my girl to the bathroom. Like, okay. We walk into the bathroom, you feel me? She go into the men's bathroom. But that's not all the way crazy because it's one bathroom packed, you feel me? People might do that, you know what I'm saying? So people start swarming the door, so I step inside the bathroom door. She's standing at the urinal. Whoa. Dress lifted up. I'm like, damn. Oh, man. Okay, that's how they coming? But here another thing though, like I bodyguarded this guy who was a pimp before, and he told me, he said, look, if a man have too much of one thing, he started trying other things. So as soon as I heard that, I went celibate for like 2 years. And in the music industry, you see a lot of things that's evil. And they'll tell you crazy because you don't agree with it. I've seen this.
How many times do we got to hear people say that? In the music industry, you will see a lot of things that's evil. They're seeing actual demonic stuff in the industry, but being told they're crazy for speaking on it.
What was your actual interactions with Diddy like?
So my interactions with him was this. He had an appearance at this club called The Vibe in Chicago on Kingsbury when it was open. I was head of security at this club. So after that club closed, after the night was over, he have an after party. So the manager of the club said, I need you to come with me to the after party. So me and my other homie, we go to the after party. When we get to the after party, bro, like, it was a lot of females in there who stand up when they use the bathroom. You see what I'm saying? So,
I'm sorry, bro, but them ain't females.
So I'm thinking to myself, like, man, like, this kind of wild on, bro. Like, this how y'all come. If this how y'all live, it's how y'all live. But they want to keep it a secret. He real touchy-feely too. Like, he grabbed this other guy I know by his neck. Grabbed him by his neck and was like, do you have love in your heart, young man? You want to be a roach? Or you want to walk with God? I'm looking like, you gonna let him grab you like that? But then, you know, he be on some tough guy shit too. So I guess he a tough cake toucher.
Did you see?
So, you know, like they'll have a dude come out with the paper, sign an NDA. No, I'm going to the car, bro. I'm good. I'm not signing no NDA. I'm going to the car. I'm good.
And that's why he's saying the stuff that he's saying now.
Seeing that, bro. So seeing all this come in the news, people was telling me I was crazy. Said I was a hater. Hating on what? I don't want to party with the girls with the third leg, but I'm good.
What do you think about them accusing Diddy of having cameras in his house so he could record celebrities and politicians and use it as blackmail?
So I firmly believe that's true because in that sector of people, a lot of them practice Scientology. And Scientology, that was their thing. They would get people in compromising positions. They'll hold that footage over their head and get them to agree to things. Like, you know, if you see somebody with the chain on, with that little vial of blood on their neck, well, they a Scientologist, bro. So it's definitely going to be footage of them somewhere doing something compromising. That's how a lot of these agreements get made. People get endorsed. How do they get that deal out of nowhere?
We finally have an answer. Today, Diddy's lawyer spoke to the New York Post and attempted to explain why the disgraced music mogul had so much baby oil seized by authorities. First, he denies that it was 1,000 bottles. And secondly, let me show you the explanation that this attorney gave to the Post and share with you why this man is going to lose in court.
Good. How do you explain the baby oil and the lubricants? 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
I don't think it was 1,000. I think it was a lot. I mean, there's a Costco right down the street. You know, I think Americans buy in bulk, as we know. And you know, this is consensual adults doing what consensual adults do. You know, we can't get so puritanical in this country to think that somehow sex is a bad thing because.
Did this man say people buy in bulk? Oh my God. Oh my God. Did he? If this is the folks that you got defending you, you about to lose this case, bro. You about to lose this case.
If it was, there'd be no more people.
If Diddy's defense is going to be built around the premise that all of these people that have already spoken to the authorities were in consensual relationships with Diddy, game over. It was not consensual. We all know that. But I do respect cost cutting. I do respect saving some money and buying in bulk. I'm a fan of Costco too. And Diddy's attorney says that he's in good spirits. He's not down and about and sadsies and on unalive watch. He might be, but no need to worry. This is what his attorney says.
And it's about almost 3 o'clock now. He's just laser focused. He's engaged. He's helpful. He's confident. You know, we're going through our defense as we do every day. And his spirits are relatively good.
How do you?
Game over, R. Kelly. Diddy. Say hi to Harvey Weinstein. I really feel for his daughters, but hey, if he stays alive, they'll be able to visit him in prison for the next many decades.
I will say is at one particular party, lots of big names, there was an artist there who said, hey, Lecrae, around 1 a.m., make sure you're not here. You just don't want to be here at 1 in the morning. Now, my pride kicked in like, yo, you don't know me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can handle myself. Like, I'm not some little church boy who ain't never seen nothing. Like, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what you talking about? Well, it's probably 12:30. I'm downstairs. I go downstairs to the studio. I come up out the studio. The music changed. It was like really hard and heavy at first. And then, you know, like, and on my way upstairs, there's like this couch. And on the couch, I saw a couple of guys really going at it hard and heavy, man. And I was like, oh, as I started moving upstairs, I passed them up and I noticed that it wasn't just those two guys. It was more and more people just going at it. But at this particular party, Brandon T came up to me and he said, yo, man, like Satan will steal your soul in this industry, bro. And he was really like, he's like, I love your soul and your spirit and I want you to thrive, Craig. I don't want you to get devoured out here. And I just appreciated that because for him, he was like, he has seen some detriments and some of the dark side of things. And he was like, yo, I want you to be taken care of.
Satan will steal your soul. See, yet another person that's speaking on demonic entities being a part of this industry.
The whole reason the beef happened with Tupac, P. Diddy, and Biggie was because, this is not coming from me, P. Diddy was lovers with Tupac. What? So why does P. Diddy have a tattoo of Tupac on his chest? He does? It's wild. Theory goes that there was a falling out 3 days after Tupac died. Here, let me just play the video for you. The love triangle.
Tattoo of Tupac's skull over his heart.
All the people in the industry know at one time, Pac and Puff was like this.
Crazy.
Puff had an obsession with him for whatever reason it was. Puff and Tupac was like a couple. Like
Whatever they may have ball swingers, it came to the point where him and Pac wasn't cool no more at all.
Here's Combs and Tupac at Sean Combs' birthday party.
A Diddy party.
This is the last time the two would be seen in public together. Something happened between them that night that ended their relationship.
No.
Did Tupac break up with Diddy on Diddy's birthday? Well, less than a month later, Tupac would be shot
A month
by
later.
his associate.
Wait. Did Tupac break up with Diddy on Diddy's birthday? And that's why Diddy got mad and had him taken out? Look, alleged. That's crazy.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right? I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won. But they did Mark Gellerboss and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? And Christopher Leon's here was my attorney. They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so. They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible I threw everything out. It's possible I can produce a copy.
Wow. All right. So from my understanding, this video here happened back in like 2018. And when it happened, everybody said that this man was lying. Fast forward to today, the stuff that Cassie put out in regards to what Diddy did to her aligns with what this man is talking about here. Allegedly, when he went in to do this interrogation or whatever, they didn't ask him nothing about Diddy. This man was just so distraught that this is information that he decided he wanted to provide. Man.
It's been long suspected since it happened, since she died in, I would say, rather mysterious circumstances, that Diddy had something to do with the death of his ex-partner and the mother to his children, a woman named Kim Porter.
Everybody has always thought that.
Now, what happened was she mysteriously died of pneumonia at the age of 47. Not the typical way that a 47-year-old goes out, especially just when they are about to publish a tell-all book on their very famous ex, Diddy. Right. That's what happened to Kim. She died of pneumonia at the age of 47 years old. Well, guess what? It was just announced yesterday that Kim Porter's book is being published. It's a 60-page book entitled Kim's Lost Words. It claims to be a collection of the diaries of Kim Porter, the mother of Diddy's children, and it was leaked by her friends. In the book, Porter allegedly recounts discovering and making copies of the tapes that Diddy made of himself having with young boys that he was managing, including an alleged tape involving an 18-year-old pop star who went on to become a household name. So this is getting very interesting. And what has come on the heels of this is people unearthing videos of Justin Bieber at Diddy parties. Now, Justin Bieber was obviously extremely young when he entered the industry, extremely innocent when he entered the industry, an industry that he did not quite understand as a boy who just knew how to sing and play the guitar and just did both of those things on YouTube. Then he was scooped up, and suddenly he was a part of people like Diddy going after him and saying, hey, man, why don't you pick up my phone calls? There's actually a video of that. Diddy and Justin Bieber looks to be like 15 years old.
Starting to act different, huh?
No,
you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
The next thing we know.
That was hard to watch. That was hard to look at. You could tell Bieber was so uncomfortable. You got Diddy who gonna press him. You got the cameras right there in his face. He didn't want to give that man his number.
Oh, Justin is at Diddy's parties. And in this one video, it looks like whatever Justin is doing, and I'm not going to show it out of just respect for the fact that I truly believe that Justin Bieber is a victim. But whatever he is doing in this video with Trey Songz and Odell Beckham Jr. looks highly suspicious. I can show you a still from that video because I think the relevant part is Justin Bieber is not sober. He is clearly very heavily under the influence at this party. And if you remember that lawsuit that the producer Rodney dropped against Diddy, he said that unbeknownst to all of these people, they were being drugged. And once they're drugged, they do very vulnerable things. It has long been suspected that the person that people are now putting the dots together in Kim Porter's allegations that Diddy had under his thumb was Justin Bieber, and that he may have done some inappropriate things with him. And what I will say is that this very much fits the narrative. You know, we saw tons of videos of Justin Bieber. When he got together with Hailey, he was crying a lot, like a lot outside of churches. He was finding his way back to God, but he was having a lot of emotional breakdowns. And what I sensed from those public emotional breakdowns, and only public obviously because the press was following him, was that he was coming to terms with the fact that he had been engaged in darkness unwillingly. And Justin Bieber probably has a lot of shame about that. He probably feels shame, first and foremost, as a man, as a husband, and as someone who has successfully created a new life for himself with his wife, Hailey Bieber. And so what I want to say to Justin Bieber and to everybody that's following the situation is that Justin Bieber is a victim. I was horrified when I saw this, not because of the idea that Justin Bieber would be engaged in these sorts of things at these parties, but because I understood that this was a kid who was intentionally targeted by Diddy, as the videos show, told that he wants to party with him. He makes it clear that Diddy is trying to contact him through people. And then he finally subjects himself and agrees to give his number. And then we saw an entirely different Justin Bieber. We saw Justin Bieber who was always wearing sunglasses, who was partying, who was very obviously involved in drugs. He spoke at length about his addiction. And Justin Bieber didn't do that to himself. Like I said, Justin Bieber was, in my view, a child victim. And as these videos are circulating on the internet, I want to make sure people remember that and give him the grace as someone who has somehow survived this, turned to family, turned to faith, and is still very much struggling with all of this. For people to give him the grace and the courage and the prayers to hopefully one day find within himself the strength to speak out about what happened.
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old.
Hold on. I shouldn't be laughing right now, but did you see the look on Bieber's face when he said that? You're like, what you mean you can't disclose the information? Look.
We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream, and we gonna go full crazy, buck full crazy, buck full crazy.
Poor Bieber, man. I hope this didn't really happen to him. I pray this didn't. Am I being delusional? Y'all remember this? I remember this. Look, P. Diddy is over here tapping on Bieber. He's checking. What look like he's checking for a wire on Bieber. He's touching on Bieber. He clearly got something to tell Bieber. He wanted to whisper right here to his ear. He said something to him, but he wanted to make sure he ain't had no wire on him first. Is what it seemed like. Is what people are alleging.
Oh, he's bad boy now.
Signing the bad boy.
It's your icon alert. It's called. He's. Bad boy. Bad boy.
This was a different time in the poor young man's life. He wasn't doing well at all. You could tell.
I think that I was just, living in this shame, living in all this sort of stuff of my past, and I wasn't able to move on.
Do you think the person that the you of then was on a path of self-destruction?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would have, for sure, 100%. Yeah. It would have been no bueno. It was bad. I don't know if I'd be alive, for sure. It was dark. It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. People take for granted encounters, and I just want to protect her, you know? I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
Do you realize how important your story is? Every time I have a conversation with someone who's been through this unique type of experience, I'm searching for some kind of truth that can help.
I commend you for going there and asking the tough questions and the things that people don't want to talk about, and they don't want to go there because it's revealing, and I want people to take a look at my story, and hopefully my words can make a difference.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. But you never really got my number, so.
Right.
My
Okay.
number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 5.
That man shot me in my face, and I watched Puffy do.
Wait, hold on. Victim of 1999 New York nightclub shooting involved with Diddy. Oh.
Had they taken heed and they knew I wasn't lying, everybody knew I was not lying. But because he had power, prestige, fame, money, and access to the people that have even more power than him, they let him walk. Because their agenda had to be carried out by him. So they let him walk. But guess what? If somebody listened to me, perhaps Cassie would have never had to endure, and all those other people that died under alleged suspicious causes at his hand would not have had to endure if he was held into account for what he did to me 24 years ago. Let me just say something about Shyne too, because I said on my TikTok, Shyne did not shoot me because he didn't. But Shyne is a con artist. Let me just put that right out here now. Everybody's like, oh, we know Shyne was innocent. No, you don't know a daggone thing because he's far from innocent. Shyne said vehemently on the Combat Jack podcast, and I have a clip I will send to you. He said, Natanya Rubin is my friend. I'm sorry she got hit. It was foul because we used to go to the studio with her and everything was everything. She my friend. So we don't know if my gun hit her with the ricochet because it was 4 guns in the club. We don't know. But I'm sorry it was her because that's my friend. When you listen back to it, you're going to be awestruck at how almost verbatim I just said that. Trust me, I've played it over in my head 1,000,000 times. It's the number one question I've been asked for 24 years. Did they apologize to you? I'm always awestruck when people ask that. I'm like, apologize? People that's guilty don't apologize.
Always told me we'd be at the parties. He said, you leave 30 minutes for the devil get there. Okay? And when he would say that, I will always remember that Denzel would leave the parties early. And I follow Denzel out. I'm out. You see what I'm saying? Because when you leave 30 minutes for the devil get there, there's nothing wrong with going to the parties. Even Christ party with the sinners. You know what I mean? But when you leave 30 minutes for the devil get there, you able to have your integrity. I meant off screen. It's not what you do on screen. What you do off screen is more important.
That makes so much sense. Denzel was a smart man. He knew better than to stay too dang alone. He learned his lesson from the first time. He was like, oh, this what y'all do? I'm gone. I'm out. You don't got to worry about me signing no NDAs. I ain't going to be here to see nothing.
Mary J. Blige is allegedly on a freak-off tape with Diddy. It's been going around all over TikTok that Mary J. Blige is in a freak-off tape with Diddy, and she's saying that this was her rite of passage. And a lot of people have always wondered about Mary J. Blige, and they feel like she is in on some shit because she has never opened her mouth, and she has been with Diddy since the very beginning. And there are a lot of photos on the internet with Mary J. Blige with Cassie, and as you can see during these photos, Cassie has visible bruises on her body. Now, all this information with Mary J. Blige allegedly being in a freak-off tape with Diddy instantly made me think of Danny Boy. Mary J. Blige slept with a 15-year-old Danny Boy when she was 24 years old, and Danny Boy admitted that Mary J. Blige would fly him out to New York multiple different times.
I'm 15, 16 years old, and she flying me in to see her. And you know what it is when a girl back up on you, you young and shit, and I'm trying to show her that she ain't phasing me. I'm hard as goddamn. She's backing up against me. This Mary J. Blige. And quite naturally got me, I don't even know if you're supposed to say you had sex with people on camera. I had an opportunity to go out to New York and visit her a couple more times.
And then after all of this information started coming out that Mary J. Blige is allegedly in this freak-off tape with Diddy, I started thinking about the time that Danny Boy said when he was a teenager, he had relationships with men that were in the closet that were singers and producers in the industry. And Danny Boy was asked when he said this, was this somebody at Death Row? Because at the time he was with Death Row, and he said, hell no. This is something that he knew to keep about himself in the closet because you could never let Suge find out about this, and it was nobody like that inside Death Row. So this really has me thinking, did Mary J. Blige and Diddy do a freak off with Danny Boy? Is this who Danny Boy is talking about? I mean, he admitted to sleeping with Mary J. Blige when he was 15 years old and said that Mary J. Blige flew him to New York multiple different times and said at the same time during his teenage years, which would be 15, 16, 17 years old, he was having relationships with men who were in the closet and they were acting like they were straight. And in this interview clip that I'm about to show you of Danny Boy, he also explained how these people have never came out of the closet. You cannot tell me that this man was not talking about Diddy. Like, this is some crazy shit. I thought it was bad enough that Mary J. Blige messed with the 15-year-old Danny Boy, but now the connections are starting to fall in line. But I'm going to go ahead and roll you guys this clip of Danny Boy explaining how he was having relationships with people in the industry who were basically in the closet and never told the truth about themselves. And you guys let me know, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Danny Boy was somebody that was involved in these freak-offs as a kid?
In my teen years, you know, I did some things with, you know, between me and the homies, you know, and it would be considered gay. But those guys are straight guys now, and in the relationships, so they say. I mean, but they're in relationships now, so I'm the only one that kind of came out.
Was some of these individuals that you was messing around with, you know, around that time when you was on death row, was they in the industry?
Yeah. I thought he was going to say, was they on death row? Yeah, they was in the industry. Who else was I hanging around? I wasn't just hanging around with people in regular neighborhoods.
Was they on death row?
Nah. Look at them, though. I mean, no offense, but nah. No, yuck. I don't know. Like, they went with me. No. That wasn't a thing. It wasn't like an open thing that it, even then. You know, even me having the feelings, it was suppressed. Because that was a thing that I knew not to take around Suge.
More and more evidence coming out in regards to other people now, like Mary J. Blige and all these other names of people who are associated with Diddy and Diddy Camp. Man, but it's so easy to write off somebody like Danny Boy as being a liar. But we're hearing the allegations that there were underage minors involved in some of these freak-offs. It would only make sense that somebody today who's an adult will come forward with these allegations proclaiming that they were a part of this stuff when they were that age. Especially somebody like Danny Boy, if he has all the credentials, all the proof to show that he was actually around them during that time.
The Diddy situation is personal for me. I take no joy in the man's downfall. I just want to see justice. But I too felt his wrath. I knew this man for decades. I interviewed him many times. I went to some of his PG-rated parties. We had a professional relationship until something happened. Some of you know the story, some of you don't. Many years ago, someone I loved immensely needed a break, and I called Puff and I said, hey, can you take my family member on as an intern? And he did. I thought the Bad Boy internship program would be something that might accelerate this young person's career. Obviously, I had no knowledge at that time of the deviance that we all now know about. I had never before asked Puff for a favor, for a personal favor, but for someone I loved, for someone young, for someone who needed a break, I said, this is the time to do it. For about 3 months, everything went great. The internship was very exciting. And then one day it abruptly ended after Puff said to my family member, either come home with me for the night or the internship is over. He said no. At the time, all I knew was that the internship ended abruptly. I didn't find out what happened until years later. when I found out what had really happened, was shocked. I was mortified. I was angry. I was upset on behalf of the family member that I had put into a horrible position. And I was blown away that Puff would do that to my family. Why didn't I speak out then? At the time, I didn't think that I'd be believed. I thought, I can't connect this with some larger pattern of behavior, him doing this to other people. Who knows how people will take this? Someone commented that I enabled him by saying nothing. And I think that word is too big to be truly accurate in this situation. I did not save him from a story that could have sank him. He was so powerful, I knew I had to come with more than that to make a dent. My story did not have the power to change people's minds about him. Some stories, for sure, can change the world, but some stories need the right time and the right context to be believed.
Exactly.
The
So,
Diddy
prime example is right now. So many of the stories that are coming out, even the newer stories, the time is now. The context is now. Had they told a lot of this stuff before, like some of the previous people, a lot of P. Diddy bodyguards and whatnot, had they told a story like how they did back then, a lot of folks wouldn't have believed. Not enough people for some actual action to occur, or at least to disrupt what Diddy has going on. But with Cassie, what she did, that little 30 mil alleged 30 mil that he paid her to keep quiet and to keep this thing out of court. Yeah, that wasn't enough, because what she did caused the real disruption, the real damage to occur. And now we just have to wait to see how much the feds are going to release, so we'll know exactly what all Diddy was up to, because some of that stuff being leaked, but not enough. If y'all want me to do another one of these reactions of all this alleged information that's coming out, comment down below, and I will give y'all another one. But anyway, leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. See ya.